So I have to tell you guys two things that happened to my husband Kevin. He drove to Utah to see my mom. She was so excited. She just could not believe that he wouldn't be ready to make the trip. And he did pretty well, with his leg. It was a lot of driving, but at least he wasn't walking on it too much. And he got out there and she was so happy to see him. So I flew out there and he met me there because I was speaking at a broadcasting conference. So my mom and Kevin and my older brother and his wife are sitting out on my mom's little back patio. And I'm in the house. I don't know what I'm doing. And my mom says to this is the first thing that happened. My mom says to Kevin, Kevin, honey, you might want to close your legs. I can see your junk. Okay. Well,
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Did I just hear that?
Kevin, the way Kevin almost died right there.
Did she use that expression?
I just gave you her exact words. Her exact words. So now you couldn't, okay? Because my brother and my sister-in-law confirmed that you couldn't. It might have been a shadow or something. Kevin was horrified, but he could not think of any response to make to that because he loves my mom. They're buddies. And he's like, this is my mother-in-law. And she is, Kevin's a real Southern gentleman. She is 81 years old. I cannot discuss my junk with my mother-in-law. So he was just dying. I come back outside and everybody is doubled over laughing. And Kevin is bright red and looking like he wants the ground to swallow him. I didn't find out until later what had happened. So that was the first thing. And he was really struggling with that. So the next day, they're all outside again. And now Lisa, who's like my cousin, has come down from Ogden to spend the rest of the time with us. They're all outside. Everybody's having a cocktail. I'm in the house for whatever reason. And my mom is telling Lisa and Nancy about a doctor's appointment. And it was an OBGYN appointment. And she turned to Kevin and said, Kevin, do you know what that doctor said to me while I was in the stirrups? Okay, so like that Kevin, at that point, Kevin, he didn't want, that doctor could have given my mother the secret to eternal life, but the words in the stirrups were a complete shutdown for him. So she goes, honey, that doctor said to me, Fran, you have very nice feet. And I see a lot of them doing this job. And sometimes I'll tell women, like, maybe you should try different shoes or, you might want to see somebody about that. But your feet are lovely. Kevin, what do you think about that?
Wow.
Kevin said later, he's like, all I could do was look at the ground because I cannot say, and I didn't know what to say. And I was like, babe, you did exactly the right thing.
Yeah.
All you could do was look at the ground because if he had said anything at all, this is what would have happened. After we left, my mom would have said, Lisa, did you know that Sheri's Kevin likes my feet? And that would have become like, would have gone viral in the family. Yeah. So Kevin is just blushing and looking at the ground and shaking his head. He has no idea what to say. So, and of course, I'm not there for any of this. That night, my mom had gone to bed and it was just me and Kev and Mark and Nancy and Lisa. And we're sitting outside by the fire pit and Kevin is telling this story. And Kevin said, I think of myself as a witty conversationalist, but I can't discuss my junk or your mom's feet with your mom.
Hey, Sheri, Father's Day's right around the corner, and I'm thinking a six-pack of Tidy Whities might be a good gift.
Oh, my God. I was on the floor. I said, I'm so proud of you. There are times in a man's life where the best and only thing that man can do is remain completely silent. And
exactly.
You chose that not once, but twice in one 24-hour period. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Yeah.
Instant access to the podcast, and fun side. Just download the free Bob and Sheri app.
Nominated teacher who's making an impact at bobandsheri.com, and they could win a trip to Margaritaville Beach Resort in Fort Myers Beach from Visit Florida. You can snatch up our app. It's free in Google Play and the Apple Store, and you can listen to the show and all of our podcasts, including Talking Lamar, The Oddcast, and True Word Stuff. And you can tap that little microphone in the bottom center of the screen and just talk, and the app will do the rest.
Oh my gosh, I just want to say I am so disappointed in Lamar. Roadhouse was so good. Maybe because I'm not comparing it to the first one. I just watched it as a movie and I so enjoyed it. And normally I respect Lamar's reviews. But now I'm going to have to watch movies that he think was horrible because he missed me on this one. Love you guys. Quanda from Charlotte.
Listen, you can, if you missed Lamar's review of Roadhouse or of Spaceman, which he reviewed about an hour ago, you can get all of those at BOBANDSHERI.com. Just click the menu tab and look for the People's Movie Critic. My mom loved the new Roadhouse. She said to me, "Have you watched it? Did your movie man review it?" And I was like, "Mom, he hated it." She was scandalized. Defend yourself, Lamar. Defend yourself.
Okay. All right. First off, if she's going to try to trick me around by going to watch movies that I hate, well, go ahead and watch Spaceman. That'll get this compass rerouted. Okay, that'll straighten it right back out. You'll be pointing true north after this is over with. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. If that movie had have just come out and been called Don't Take No Crap or, name it something else besides Roadhouse. But you tried to copy Roadhouse but change it. Just make this movie. The action was fantastic. I mean, I get all that. But you're calling this Roadhouse, okay? You're saying that this is that, but it's not. And you did not respect the first Roadhouse. This movie would have stood on its own. I wouldn't be having any complaints about it. The fight scenes were great and blah, 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 blah. But I'm looking at all of this through the lens of the original Roadhouse and how respectable I felt that was. This is not that. And I promise you this, 20 years from now, people will still be talking about the original Roadhouse. They won't be talking about this. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So it is written, so it is done. Yeah.
Defending
art.
Yeah.
I want to tell her the same thing I tell my wife. I know I might be wrong to you a lot, but just stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Don't quit me. Don't quit me. That's all I needed to do. So we're good. We're good.
Now you're not the only one getting in trouble here, Lamar. We got one for Bob
good.
too.
Really, Bob? I'm a longtime fan. But really, Prince Charles has had bad things happen to him? What bad things? Did somebody trick him into marrying? Did somebody just, like Camilla, throw herself on top of his business when he wasn't looking? Did he have a gun to his head when he wanted to be a feminine hygiene product? Let's reword that a little bit. He's done some bad things.
Well, I mean, the man has cancer, so.
And that's sad.
That's sad. And that's very sad. That's very sad. And, it's not an easy job. I know they have everything in the world they could possibly want, but it's not an easy job. I've always, except for those moments where, he was cheating on his wife, Diana, I did not like that at all. That was a very bad thing to do, but he's been very big on the environment and classic architecture for London, things like that. So I've kind of liked him. Boy, she does not like Charles at all, does she?
I don't either. I'm with her.
You don't like Charles at all?
No,
listen,
I don't.
Women don't respect a cheater. They just don't. Once you cheat with a woman, they're done.
It's not even the cheating. What they don't respect is the fact that he was not true to himself on who he really loved in life and stood up for that and said, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I love this woman and that's who I'm going to marry.